Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Hey, Maria. Hey, Addie.
Hey.
Hello.
How's everyone doing today?
Pretty good.
Very good.
Wonderful to hear. Last night's show was pretty good, I have to say. And I don't know how TLC did it, but I'm actually looking forward to next week.
I am too.
I am too, but I think it's going to be like everything falling apart next week.
Again, it's 90 days, so there's that. Let's say hi to everybody real quick. Hello, Barbie. Donnell, Michelle.
Hi, J Freak.
And Sweet Sue. Patty S. Hello. Oh, hello, Wendy H. Oh, we've got a lot to talk about with Jen today. Let me see. Susie B. J Freak. Brooklyn.
El Benj, hello.
Benji, as I like to call Benji, as stated. Am I going too fast? I feel like I am. Gigi, I'm at the bottom.
No, I think that's it. I think
there we are. All right, so there's a lot to cover. I started on time this week, so I mean, on time. So there's that. All right, just gonna wait for the applause to end.
Yay! I'm so proud of you. Look at how good you are. It's so great.
That's it. So here we go.
That one on.
He is. He's fabulous. And he's on the inside.
Hold that one on.
Okay, so which couple are we starting with first this week?
Well, I mean, they were all decent. So I feel like you can't go wrong. I don't know, man. Do you want somebody that you like first, or that you're less interested in first?
I don't know. Just
I got less to say about Chris and Jamie this week.
That's true.
I really didn't have a lot to. It's kind of.
It was the least exciting one.
All right, so let's get them out real quick. So Chris and Jamie. So the honeymoon continues for Jamie, especially. It's. I mean, the magic that these women have together. I mean, every second has just been an amazing.
It's been rough.
They're learning so much about each other, and so here we are. It's day 3. The first day was amazing, guys. Don't forget.
I think it is day 3.
First day, euphoric, which we'll get to. But here we are, day 3. It's Chris's second day in bed. Can't move. It was their plans that evening to invite Jamie's only friends in Bogota to come and hang out and meet Chris, and obviously Chris couldn't make it. And
she's in excruciating pain. Even after getting that injection, it did not help.
The wizardry from the doctor did not count, and there they are. So, Jamie goes to meet her friends anyways. Was Jamie wrong to leave Chris?
No, because Chris sent her. She told her to go.
Exactly.
So I'd have been like, okay, bye.
Oh, I would have ran. I'm just saying. I'm just asking y'all because
No, it was fine. She was not going to be good company to hang around with. Chris probably would be happy to just have a pillow over her face, you know, and not have to deal with anybody.
So, next scene, they are at dinner, Jamie and her two friends. And at first, her friends were, I guess, amazed that she came to begin with. Oh, hello, welcome, Raina
Hello, Raina.
Applegate. Ooh, hibbity bibbity. How you doing, Miss Applegate?
Yay.
Like the cold cuts, Applegate,
Wait, there's an
like-
Applegate cold cuts?
right? I don't know, maybe.
I don't either.
Hey.
Glad.
Where are we? Oh yes, Jamie. So I would have went, and the friends were like, they felt bad at first, but then they kind of got skeptical of Jamie. I mean, of Chris a little bit.
They did. And I understand why. I guess, Chris has just disappeared before. They keep saying disappeared, which I find to be very interesting language. So it sounds like she just cuts all communication for like a month straight, which is weird to me. Yes, Applegate's farms
There you
meat.
are.
Nice.
I love your
Yeah, but Jamie's like, listen, it's hard seeing her like this, but we are definitely a couple. And she came in with such high energy at the beginning, and now she's just paying for it. She's just in pain, and Jamie feels helpless. But there's a bigger issue, right? And it's that motorcycle and going to court over the motorcycle, and that Chris might leave in a few days. How many days did she say? I can't remember. I thought I wrote it down. I didn't.
The wedding was the 21st, and she had to leave the 20th or something like that. So
Yeah.
And
It's
I
hard.
noticed,
go ahead, Addie.
I was going to say that I noticed that Jamie in Spanish used the correct word. She used summons as opposed to the other one we were talking about last week.
Yes.
So I was proud of that.
So we see next week that I guess they do get married, right? Or it looks like they get married,
Looks
right?
like it.
The scenes for
Mhm.
next week.
Mhm.
That they-
Really? That's what you got out of it?
Well, they were kissing in a bride outfit, so yeah.
How did
Yeah,
I
look,
miss that?
they get married, and then you see the next scene is Jamie yelling at Chris because she hasn't seen or heard from her in a month.
Okay, I did see that part. I was like, oh, so she did leave. She did leave. I didn't know that they got married still. Oh, that's crazy.
And we know that the two friends at the table were going to be doing her makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it could have been like a faux wedding, like a promise ring or something like that. We'll have like a little faux ceremony before I leave. There could be that element. Hey,
This is to prove that I will be back
yeah.
in 4 days or whatever it was.
I guess I wonder if marriages are legal. Same-sex marriages are legal in Colombia to begin with. So was it always just going to be a not recognized marriage to begin with?
Oh, there's that too, which I didn't even think of.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that either.
But I don't know. I don't know. I just thought of it just now because I didn't realize they were going to get married. Or I would have Googled it.
There you go on that one.
That's
I'll give you 2 dings for that bright thinking there, Maria. So I guess the honeymoon continues, right?
I guess.
That's about it for them.
Yeah, I feel like they had 6 hours of honeymoon and that was it. The rest of it's just been poor Chris recovering because she's in legitimate pain. I don't think she's faking even a moment of that. That's just a hard situation. I think Gigi said something.
So it looks like it is legal there. It's been legal there since April 2016.
Okay.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
I mean, it seems like it's been after the titty pillows were. It's just been south. The 6 hours they came back. We saw the titty pillows, and it's been south ever since. Maybe and they were big pillows. Could that have screwed up her neck a little bit? Trying to lay on those. I mean,
yes. But I feel
Maybe
like she
that
could have
can
just thrown him on
help
the floor.
her next situation out. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm
So,
sure I'm sure it was the airplane. I have no idea how many hours that flight would be, but it's not going to be a short one. Ugh, I'm sure she was miserable.
Yeah, I've been there, and it does mess you up, especially
Yep.
you're sitting in one spot, and I get it, especially if you already have issues.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just an aggravator.
It's horrifying to me right now to think about getting on an airplane. I have like a little bit of a dislocated tailbone, and so even when we go long on these, I'm uncomfortable by the end. So I can't sit here anymore. So I get it, and I'm not even close to that level of pain. So I can't even imagine.
but she's in so much pain, but she's gonna risk dying on that plane to go and testify. When it can't be in this day and age. Like everything is like in Zoom in court. There's especially like when you're out of the country, they don't want you to come and
I mean, it's Alabama. Who knows?
quarantine anymore. I don't know, but like
It's
it just
Alabama.
seems like there's more to it than
I don't think she
yes,
would put
to go and
herself through
testify.
that. I really don't. If she didn't feel like she had to be there, I don't think
And
she
then
would.
she ices her out for she goes. So we see next week that she doesn't talk to her for a month. So
I know. She's got some explaining to do.
All right, so why don't we go to Gabe and
Okay.
Isabel?
Okay. I got many notes.
Yeah, this one I got a lot.
Let's play some hoops with Trey. Dun, 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 dun. Woo.
So Trey is his friend that I guess he's known by living there like from previous visits and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they live in the same apartment building, but Trey is also from Miami, so
And
interesting
well,
coincidence.
again, Gabe is from Margate. It's just a little bit, it's in South Florida. But he's like, oh, I'm from Miami. I'm like, you're from Margate. But I lived in Coconut Creek, which is right next door to Margate, so I get it.
But is Miami the metropolitan area that is associated with that?
I would say Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay.
Because it's Broward County, but that's okay. Miami's cool. It sounds more fun. So where was I? Yep, Florida, Miami. Right. So they met, and but how long did they know each other?
I'm not sure how long he's even been dating Isabel. I don't think it's that long. What, maybe a year?
Okay.
Did you think
That's
you
my
met
guess.
him? Do you think you met him when he came down before to look for stuff, and that's when he met him there? Like how? I mean, how did he meet him? I could not figure that part of the story out, like where he fits in, and
Yeah,
I know that Gabe was there.
Specific.
Yeah, Gabe was there looking at fabrics and whatnot, or whatever, or that kind of thing before, and then this is him coming back, correct?
Right.
And so
Yes.
maybe he met him then when he was there. That's what I got out of it.
That's my guess, but it is weird that he seems to know him so well. I mean, we can't really say he knows him that well when we really think about it.
Yes.
Well,
Like, oh.
that'll go to my next question. Like, do we think that like he didn't know? Because
He seems surprised.
did he?
I wanted to believe that he didn't, but I didn't. I got the.
Like, the jury's still out with me. Like, I don't like, but like,
I
I'm
struggled.
like, I could see it both ways. I don't know. It just seemed like. I don't know. I mean, I also wouldn't want to be told on camera too. Like, I don't know. Would you want to find out that way? Like with like camera crew like taping you?
No, because
I
I might have a reaction at first, and then go, "Oh, that's wonderful." It's that initial little thing. You're not used to it. It's not that
I just would find it disingenuous. I'm like, if you really cared that much about me, and if I would feel like you'd have to come off like, why on camera? Why, because then you're kind of forced to react a certain way. When you're in that position.
Yeah, I wonder if they are just recreating a scene that happened in the past because they needed to move the plot along. I don't know. It does seem a little
Either
bit.
way, like, it was a fun scene. And that must have been like the most lopsided game of basketball I've ever seen because like Trey looked 7'9". Like, I don't know.
Yes,
Like,
Gabe is not that tall.
yeah, like it was just like boom. Like, I don't know how to, basketball's not my game. Like a little alley oop. It was just, there was no poor Gabe. Like he
Not
was
a
like
chance.
Well, I guess they do play football together though, that he said in passing, and that Gabe is like is he a running back or something? He plays one of the people that run really fast. So
I hope he's on the other side of whatever team that Trey's on. That's all. Because oh man. Like
He is short, but he's so cute. I
Like,
can't.
oh, he didn't. Like, poor little Gabe didn't have a chance. It was like, remember Along Came Polly when they were trying to like throw basketballs and he was like rain dance and he kept missing. Gabe was just, it was fun. Like, I don't know. It was just a weird scene. With the acting, I don't know if I believe that it was, his first time hearing it, but that's cool. I don't even get mad at it.
I think another part during this conversation, because Gabe brings up that he's going to propose to Isabel, and Trey thinks he's moving too fast, but apparently Gabe doesn't have a ring yet. And he's like, it's on my to-do list. Why don't you have a ring yet? That worries me.
I could see him not having it because he's waiting to see what her dad's gonna say. Because what if you spend a lot of money on a ring and then you don't get it back? So
why wouldn't he get it back?
I don't know. If Isabel's kind of scared of her father making her choose. So I don't know.
Could be.
Gotta be me. You're in Coconut Creek. Okay, so I used to live in Lyons, like off Lyons Road and Coconut Creek Parkway. Sure did. So, me and Gotta Be Me get it. So when someone from Margate says they're from Miami, we're like, no. It's a stretch. Just, that's all. So where are we now?
Let's see. Well, they also talk about, that this week they're going to go meet the parents, and he's nervous about that, and Trey's like, yeah, you should be nervous about that. This is a really patriarchal culture. If dad isn't down with this, you're going to be in trouble.
and suggest waiting a couple years and then letting the parents know. But we obviously know that can't happen because
no,
they're going to see this filmed on TV and someone's going to, show them. Someone's going to show them. I didn't know if you were going to do the thing.
Oh, I forgot. I'm a little slow today, I think.
It's fine. No, I am too. I was like, I didn't know if I should read it, and Maria's like, cut me off.
I was reading it. La, 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 la.
Thank you, Wicked. Most of the people buy a ring 2 hours after meeting. Most jewelry says we'll return a ring if she. Will they?
Oh, I have no idea.
No, I have no idea.
Me neither.
No, we bought ours at Best Buy. I have no idea.
We got ours at Kohl's. So listen, we're not.
Mine was handed down from his mother to me. So
Cool to have like a nice story, Maria. Not like
oh, sorry.
Our-
Also, I wear one made of rubber instead, so I don't know.
All right, so next scene, they go out to dinner,
Yes.
right, with all their friends, which happens to be Trey, which we find out that, Isabel and him, there's a little, tension there, and her other friend, Mateo.
Yep.
And this is where like the Secretos come out. So many Secretos.
All manner of secretos. Yes.
Secretos.
Well, I don't even think it was really fair. I don't know, man. So, Trey sits down and right away he's like, this is our spot. And he's like, and Gabe's like, shh, shh, shh. And instantly Isabel's like, what are you shushing him for? What are you trying to keep? What is what's the deal? She spotted that and she didn't like it. And you can see this is an ongoing issue where it feels like he's keeping secrets because he's speaking in English. He doesn't know what's going on. And she does not like that.
Yes. And she says that there are Americans there who might sway him and take him away from her or something to that. That's what he says she feels. So,
yes.
But at the same time, it's her favorite place to go there with him.
I was very confused by that.
Well,
and it's magical, and their kids go there with them, and it was where their first date was, and it's like a real romantic spot for her. But she doesn't want him going there because it's awful, and there's too many Americans there, and he may get swayed. So
their place, and she doesn't want to think of that guy there too. That's her place.
Indeed. I like this comment though.
Let's develop it in a new toxic way. I don't know. I
have to remember. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Addie.
She has insecurities from past relationship foibles or whatever, according to what the dad, like what we hear later on and what we know about her so far is that she's had issues with other relationships. And so she's probably a little bit of gun shy or whatever.
She's jealous is what she is.
Yes.
She wants to keep a thumb on Gabe. A thumb. What are you doing?
That comes from that too. Ask me how I know.
Do you keep a thumb on Captain Unicorn?
Not anymore. No. Okay. I'm better now. You get through. You got to work through stuff. You can't stay stuck. But yeah, at first because of my past. Yeah, but yeah, you work through it. But that's what I think she's got going on with her.
I don't know. I am worried. Like she definitely was a lot. You could see she was coming in hot with Trey because he even asked her. He's like, "What is your deal? Like, what is your problem with
me?" Trey kept blowing up Gabe's spot. He's like, he wasn't helping things. What are you kidding me? We're not going to talk about that. First off, he's like, what are you talking about, bro? This is our place. This is where we go. And then he's like, shh. And then she's like, what the fuck? Shh. I would do the same thing. Like, that is something, like if I saw the shh and the,
well, sure.
Going on. She wasn't like completely like out of bounds by like saying that because I would look at that and be like, well, there's something that you don't want me knowing.
I agree. I felt that he was doing that on purpose. I think he knows that there's something.
Of course he was.
And he was egging her. He was like, what do you pushing buttons?
Trey was like the Shannon Bedore of that episode. He was like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, this is our spot.
But I also was feeling Trey a little bit because he was like, because she's like, I think you're a liar. I don't trust you. I think you're gonna, you like to get together with all of these women when he's with you and stuff like that. And they're like, no, that's not what's happening. But also Trey was like, listen, don't you trust him? Do you trust your man? And she's like, not when he's with you. So what's that all about? Come on, you got to trust him. You have to trust him.
You have to trust Trey?
No, you have to trust Gabe.
Oh, yeah, sure. But I don't know. She seems to have like this opinion of him. Like, he's a dog. He's with women all the time. He's a womanizer. I don't know. It seems like, she's seen enough evidence to make sure that this guy is like, maybe not a great guy.
But why does she think that Gabe is, such a easily influenced person that he can't make the right decisions?
Probably because of her past relationships. And, she said like, her parents were always right. And that's the thing that she's going to have to think about in a second when we get to that part.
Can we get to when Mateo gets there? Because they ask some more interesting stuff when Mateo gets there. Let's see. Because that's when they start talking about the trans stuff and like, how do you think your dad's going to feel? And, that's when I think Gabe didn't realize just how religious Isabel's dad is, that it's not just casually religious or culturally, like he's really a very faithful person. He's very conservative. He's not open-minded at all. And what did I write down? Who knows? But from Gabe's experience, the only time he's ever experienced like really hate for being trans is from really religious people that will get online and tell him that he's a sinner and that he's going to burn in hell and he needs to repent. Like that's where he gets that from. So he's really afraid that it's not just going to be, a little bit of a negative response, but that it's going to be a big negative response.
Well, there was that. And then like, when, by the way, Trey was like talking about the Secretos, I find out that, Gabe is trans. And,
yeah. That's how it happened. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a great segue.
The way she came at him about
forced at all, and Isabel's like, what, you didn't know? And they're like, no, but whatever,
So you think she didn't even believe that he didn't know?
I don't know. I like their storyline, so I'm not gonna. But
yeah,
both times that came up, but it seemed like forced.
I accepted it, and my thing, I was like, when he first found out, I'm like, he took that really well. One of the better scenes of the show so far.
Maybe like it was at that park. Maybe, but that was like the 47th take of like
exactly.
I think so. I think that's probably
So I'm just giving it like
react again. We want more reaction.
Yeah, no. Force is my best way, like to say my feelings on that. But okay. So are we ready for them to go to the parents' house?
Yeah. Let's go to the parents' house. Gabe's real scared, man. They got him real scared because what will Isabel do if the dad doesn't accept him? What will she do? I don't know.
I kind of think she'll like go with the family.
I do too.
Like, I mean, like, it's not like a slam dunk, but like, I would say like 60-40, like she would like go with the family, or maybe a little bit, 65-35. I don't know. I feel like Gabe would lose over the parents.
I think because the parents had been right previously about her last two relationships that didn't end well. Now she's going to have a hard time not listening to them, So I think that's a problem.
We need to get her dad and Armando's dad together and have them have a talk. He was able to accept it eventually. What he had to accept. He could have a conversation.
Kinda.
Yeah.
No. Hey, one can hope. I live in hope.
In a way. But let's just go to the next subject and leave it at that.
So like they get there, right? And right away the dad, gives everybody a big giant hug at the door. And so it really looks very positive because he's very happy to see Gabe. He thinks Gabe is a good person. What did he say? He said,
he picked him up.
He did.
That was so cute.
Yeah, he said that the past relationships that Isabella's had, they, they didn't have mutual respect and there wasn't true love, and that Gabriel is a good person with a good heart and a special disposition to love Isabel. So I think he might acknowledge that Isabel might be difficult.
No, like all his words were beautiful. Like it was like the
They
first
were.
person that ever understood like his daughter. Like I was touched by it. I was like this, and like then I was like, oh my god! But then when he finds out, and like that, I was listening to that. I'm like, when he hears this, he's gonna get hurt even harder because look at these. I mean, oof, like this shouldn't be on
Yeah.
camera. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, wow, this season's like from viewers, I'm like hooked again. Like TLC like put some pixie dust, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually interesting TV again. But like, I don't think I could do that on camera. Like, because like that man's heart's gonna be broken. I mean, he may accept it. I don't. Does anyone think he's gonna accept it right away? And like, oh yeah, sure, okay. I don't think he is.
No.
I came from a conservative Italian family, and some of them still have a problem with it. With all this time that's gone by. So
It's hard because, he says some other really, really nice things about Gabe. And to think, if you're Gabe seeing it and you hear him say all those things, and it's like, okay, he sees me as a person, he sees me as a man, he sees me, but then suddenly finding out I'm trans has just changed your entire view on, the quality of somebody's character all of a sudden has got to be extra devastating if that's what happens. So I can feel the risk involved more than I could before.
and again, when you do it on camera, you're kind of like you're kind of getting like a forced reaction. I don't know. I mean, we've seen stuff on camera go south plenty of times. So it doesn't always work out like that. But
Yeah. So
I mean, like it seemed like I mean, the conversation then, like her parents asked her kids about what they thought,
which was cute.
Yep, and they both loved him, and it was like almost like an interview, but like a fun one. Like they were interviewing him to marry his daughter.
Yeah, because they could see with the things that Gabriel was saying that this is a serious relationship. When Gabriel said, I've moved here to be with Isabel. They're like, okay, this is serious. You're not going back to Miami. This isn't just a casual visit. You are in it. And so, yeah, they're going to ask those next questions, especially because he seems so much better than her previous relationships. And then
probably, sorry,
go ahead.
Part of that probably is with the kids' response helps him see that it's a better one because they see it on a daily basis. But it kind of,
we're so scared. We're so scared. I hope this goes okay.
this one's got me. It really does. It got me. This episode.
Well, like I love Gabe and Isabel because you can see they really do love each other and they really care about each other, and they're not this forced couple that we've seen. Like, how many fakes have we seen on the show already? Like that, just like but I can actually see the love there, and I want them to succeed.
Yes.
So
I do. I hope they do. The dad did say, welcome to our home and our family.
Yeah, like loving, like oof.
Yeah, there's always an open door here for you. And then there was a point where Gabe asked, what qualities are you looking for a person for your daughter? And the dad was like, love, respect, that values her, and that God is in their hearts. And so that's where Gabe also was like, oh, geez, this God thing keeps coming up. He is so scared of that God thing because for him, that means he's not going to be accepted.
I mean, my family flat out told me when like I was a God thing, like, gay with me. So I get it, and it's a million times harder for him. So I couldn't even imagine. And they have to tell the parents because they can't. It's being filmed. They're going to find out. But they kind of knew that going into that to begin with. It's hard. They knew that they were going to play beat the clock when they got on the show.
Right.
So, I mean, they could have put it off. Should they have put it off? And
Sometimes it's better to rip off the Band-Aid. Just know the answer.
Wait till like they've been married 5 years and then tell them, or never tell them at all at that point.
I don't know if that would work, right? Like, is Isabel? I mean, Isabel did say, it's up to you. This is about you. You get to decide whether you tell it. But does he need to ask for the dad's hand in marriage regardless? Is that something that's important to Isabel? I think it is. So, I don't know.
We pretty much just did tonight. But
kind of. He's partway there.
I don't know. It's tough. But they're on the show. They're going to find out. And it's, what's the point even playing like the what if game? Because it's not going to matter either way. It is what it is.
Yep.
So, and we've seen the scenes for next week, which I don't usually like talking about, but they find out.
I mean, he says it straight to them. He says it out loud. So I am just holding my breath. I hope it's okay.
Yes. Even if it's a shocker at first, I'm hoping that it can be something that can level out. Especially if you see the love, the kids, and especially if they find out, like Sarah's known this.
You know what's gonna happen? That's gonna be like, I already knew. Like, we found out long ago. Like,
he saw his Instagram.
We're totally down with it. Like, we were just waiting for you to tell us.
Got you.
Like, come and bring it in. That's like, what? That's what's gonna happen.
I don't know about that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That's my bet on myself right there. But that's what's gonna happen. Oh, we knew. But thanks for finally telling us. And like balloons roll down, and everything's good. Party.
Fairy tale land. I mean,
fairy tale land. Yes. How many people are in fairy tale land on this show?
You know what? Who's not in fairy tale land? Jen and Chris and Jamie, not in fairy tale land.
Not in fairy tale land.
Jamie said to her friends, "Yeah, it's not a fairy tale. It's day 3."
But we're in love, and I feel like I have to support her. Woo, fairy tales!
All right, where to next?
Well, Jen and Rishi's a fun one. There's also,
sure.
You want to do that one next?
Do you want to do a fun one or wait? All right. So what do we have left?
Osama and Debbie.
What are we doing last? Are we doing Debbie last?
Oh, good Lord.
I feel like
I don't know.
they were like,
If you want.
Let's do them last. Because
How many people are left? I feel like I'm missing.
You got Nicole.
Yes. Oh, Nicole.
Oh, God.
Well, let's do them because they were short too for me. I couldn't.
Okay. Nicola Mahmoud. He doesn't know. It's like the scene from last night where they were fighting all day and all night.
Mm-hmm.
It's also day 3.
It might be. Anyway, it's literally a continuation from the last episode where they were in the middle of the fight.
It still also might be day 2. I think I'm being generous when I say day 3. For all we know, it's day 1 still. I think that she got back to that room at 9:00 in the morning, and all this footage we've seen henceforth has been day 1. Like every hour of like they're not using they're using every hour of this footage because it's gold, and like it's just a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
He was probably there for like 14 hours and like booked it back, but it's all day 1. It's like the Apartment 3G comics. It was always like later that same day, like something else would happen. It's like that, but it's like it's Kathy 2000 edition.
It's definitely that. This is later that same day.
And now Nicole's filling in for Kathy, and she's like, "No, at the Apartment 3G." Kathy was the one that said, like with the hair. Sorry. Anywho, later that same day, they're still fighting about the same thing, and Mahmoud comes in and apologizes, doesn't want to fight anymore. So sorry again.
He does not want to fight. You know, he's really worried that he's not the right man for Nicole and that he's making her life harder because he cannot be flexible on this stuff. He doesn't feel like he can do it. So yeah, I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. I know that swimsuit.
Okay, Cody. The swimsuit.
What?
The swimsuit. Have you ever seen anybody just more pathetic?
He wanted to dress modern.
She looked like a Super Mario villain.
Mhm.
Like she was like Bullet Bull before they launched her out.
She had a splash of color.
And she just looked so sad looking. She was just standing there.
That's what we get to look forward to next week, though.
It was just like all like, you know, it was just like she was just like so sad looking. Like, you know. Oh, that swimsuit. I didn't see those in those designs. They were not in the designs for the fashion store that she wanted to open. Didn't see those there. So listen, they had to head over to Unc's house because they want to open up this, you know, this business, fashioning, you know, hip wear, hip clothing line that you could wear. When you just want to cover everything up, and that's it.
Yeah. If you want to be, if you don't want to show skin, but you want to have a little bit more of a modern flair, a modern American flair, this is kind of what, you know, she's hoping will work. But she didn't want to go to Uncle's house because they were in the middle of a fight.
That's not for any type of Robin Brown, you know, if you're modest, anybody. Just if you don't want to show the skin, then go with Nicole. And it's, you know, it's fun.
It was more like she was getting ready to swim in the Olympics. That's what it looked like to me. From head to toe.
Listen, yeah.
It was not good.
For me, it was Bullet Bull from Super Mario Brothers franchise. It looked just like right before he D-launched, and then, like Mario would have to, like, you know, kick on him, jump on him, and, like, you know, knock him out.
Sure.
She just looked so sad. She was like
so sad.
Like she needed like a violin case underneath her, like, or like a tip jar or some, like, you know, something like a baby. I don't know, like just something.
Yeah. You know, I think I've noticed something in this episode kind of really shined it for me when it comes to Mahmoud is like, you know, like I look at Nicole and I can see she's a very anxious and nervous person, but so is Mahmoud. You know, he doesn't want to fight with her. He's got this idea of this is what's right. And I need you to do it. But also I can't, I don't want to fight with you about it. And then I don't want to be rude. We need to go to my uncle's house. We said we were going to go. We need to go. And you can see him, like, you can just watch the anxiety sort of build in him. Like, we have to do this. We have to do this.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think he's ever penetrated her?
Oh my gosh. Let's just assume. This is they're in their third year of marriage. Let's assume it's real. We have to judge it as if it's real.
I just can't. I just can't see any type of like penetration at all, like in any orifice at all. Like, can anybody?
I'm just going to accept that they do. That they didn't just get married; they've been married for a while. Just accept it. Just
but
be
like,
okay.
Like you think like so like who's on top?
Mahmoud. Because they're doing
not
it from
on top.
behind.
They just stand up together.
Exactly.
I see them
It means you're over something.
like maybe like at best like maybe like in an old, like, you know, was it the after school specials, like where like they give each other like a dry rub like over their corduroys or
Sure.
something like that. Like,
Sounds
you know,
fun.
I don't.
No, they do virtual reality.
It together.
They just do it virtual reality. That's I think.
Like I just. I just don't. I can't picture that in my head. at all. Like just them being intimate
Listen,
in any
you
way.
are you certainly enjoy boobs, and you've also at least marginally penetrated somebody. So
Yeah,
you know
but,
it can be done.
I had stuff and I liked it, but like I don't know. Like I just can't see any type of like maybe a finger in an earlobe type of thing is like the only type of like penetration I can see, like a wet willy, and like even like a wet willy type penetration.
She
Like,
would not tolerate a wet willy.
No,
She
she
would
can't
be
even
throwing
tolerate-
down.
someone's
can't even
giving
tolerate
that to
when he gets
people
him-
because
when
I
he gets
just
into her
don't see
space.
it.
He was all up in her space. Like when they were arguing, when he was trying to comfort her, she was absolutely coiling, going on because he was invading. He had that moment of feeling, I gotta make her stop. I gotta make her be okay. And she's
So
like,
okay, let me ask you a serious question, Addie. Can you see her like on a bedspread eagle saying like, "Put a baby in me,
no.
Mahmoud"?
Who does that? Why are you doing it like that?
I mean, I have as much knowledge as Mahmoud with these situations, most likely anyway. So that's probably that.
I mean, they're in his mother's house. They're definitely not doing it like that. They're doing some nice, quiet.
But where's the passion? Like,
It's all in anger right now. All of their passion is in the angry form because this relationship has not worked for 3 years, but they're just still trying.
That's a good.
that's it. Like, can you see, I don't know, never mind. I just don't see any fire.
You are absolutely obsessed with their sex life above all of
Because
these
it's never
couples.
happened. I can't. Does anybody? Addie, I think we need a poll.
I'm just going to say I believe it's happened. Why would she bother going back there after this many years? It's happened. It's happened at least once. At least once.
Okay.
Come on.
Once.
They got married. Like she wouldn't have come back if they hadn't at least done it.
I mean, I had to
on
do
their
it
wedding
once
day.
too. No, I didn't like it either. So I guess whatever. Fine. But okay, so they're at the uncle's house, and we find out what that the uncle. Okay, so production was
annoying.
being super shady. Did you pick up on the production shade?
The production shade?
Well, the uncle has the fashion shop, so she's giving him the fashions, and they actually like the idea. No,
They did. Yeah, they were like, this is a very good first start. They definitely could see it, but there was no head coverings in any of this. So a Muslim woman couldn't wear it.
and then what do we find out? That they if she didn't convert to being Muslim, then they wouldn't impose these rules. So I don't know. Did she just do it just to do it? I can't. She seems so against doing it now. I feel like she was kind of edged to do it, but now they're making me feel like they didn't ask her to do it. I don't know what to believe.
Well, she said on today's episode, she said that Mahmoud didn't make her do it. That
Right.
she chose that. But it did feel like to me, like maybe during the wedding, like the uncle pressured. But she also thought it was just a little bit of like I just have to accept the Lord as my savior, accept Allah, and accept these couple of tenets, and it would be fine. And then Mahmoud was supposed to teach her the rest of it, right, and get her to be okay with all of this other stuff, and he's not done a good job of that at all, because according to the uncle, the women are supposed to want to be covered. They're going to want it because you taught them why it's important, and that hasn't happened.
It would play out if he was in LA with her, and do you think they'd have a chance then? If she still say she prayed like she's supposed to, and she's not gonna wear the hijab or pretty much do anything else, do you think it would work out more because they're
That's
Mahmoud
the question.
the pressure.
I think that's the question she's struggling with, right? She's like, am I having a faith crisis and I'm upset with this religion, or am I upset with Mahmoud and his rules? She doesn't know the answer either. She can't tell one from the other right now. So that is an excellent question.
But those
That's because-
aren't Mahmoud's rules. Those are like Islam's rules, right? They're not.
Well, not for a person who's converting, especially an American. They they don't force it on them right away. That's what the uncle was trying to tell her. I think he was trying to say you're kind of doing it backwards. You went in there, you told her you have to dress this way, you have to wear these clothes, and he shouldn't have done that. He should have taught her how to pray first. And she said, I don't even know how to pray. So if he had started out and taught her that, this is what the uncle was trying to say. If you start out and teach her this, she'll love this. And then you can teach her what this says about that. And so maybe she'll take it better. But his whole thing was he came in like a wrecking ball with a hijab on and wanted to force it on her. Because that's in his mind, he's thinking, you're a woman, you have to do this. It's my way it is in our family, whatever. And they said, no, that's not really the way she'll get there if you help her get there. So that's because I think they came down on him, and he did explain that to her. She said, they're telling me that I'm kind of doing this, that I should have said this and I should have done this. So he is seeing now that maybe he was a little bit too much, and that's why she's bucked up so badly against it.
Yeah, he could be like a bit, right? Because it's day 3 or day 1. I'm thinking the fourth hour of day 1.
The evening of day 1.
But at the end of the day, I still, no matter how nice or patient he is, I don't think she's ever going to wear it or change.
I don't think she likes to be told what to do at all, ever.
And I don't think she's ever going to be happy there, ever. I mean,
it's going to be really, really difficult. Almost impossible. I mean, you see pictures of them together on her social media, but you can't tell how old they are. They're probably not current. And she's wearing like a little baseball cap. So maybe that's her compromise for a head covering. I'll put on a baseball cap, but I'm not going to, hide my hair and my whole face. And, I mean, did you see Uncle's wife? She wasn't just wearing a hijab. She was wearing, she just had
like burqa.
Yeah.
And like the thing, like then like they're talking, and like the uncle, I guess that was his wife, right? He's saying like, oh, these are their confessional. These are great fashions. These any Muslim woman would love wearing this. And you see and like all this poor woman has is a slit to look through, and that's why I was talking about like production being shady. Like they're like, it's just so weird. Like, and then the grandmother, like at least can show her face, right?
Yeah. So I'm wondering if the choice was with the other one that she chose to wear that because she was on camera, so she could hide behind it. Because sometimes they don't like to be seen. If you remember in one of the other couples with, forgot her name, Brittany, I think it is. The mom did not want to be seen on camera at all, so they didn't even put the camera on her at all. You could hear her yelling, but she was behind the camera. So I wonder if that was something it could be, because the other one's face was uncovered, like John said. So
yeah, and she was kind of funny. They're talking about you, like she was fun.
Yeah, she was. The grandma was like, I like the grandma. She was like, anyway. So they like the idea. Nicole dealt with it, I guess. Really good for Nicole. And I don't know. I don't see it lasting. I mean, like, I still think it's the first day.
She is so mad at Mahmoud. Like everything. She's sometimes got her finger in his face. She is mad at him about everything. So this feels like it's been going on for so long that I don't even know if she's able to try for real, because she's just so mad at stuff that's happened previously. I'm definitely worried.
What if she just went back to being Christian? Like, would that like get them off her back?
It might, but would it be okay with Mahmoud?
Well, if they didn't have a problem with it to begin with,
Yeah, but would that be a failure on his part that his wife left Islam? Could that fall on him?
Well, I think the family would know, like, listen, she never really gave it a shot. I don't know. I mean,
think he's kind of using this whole "she won't do it" thing as a way to get out of the relationship.
that
But
could
he
be.
could be out. He could be out. He could. They didn't have to
Well,
do this.
he's all, "We'll just go home." Remember, he said that, "We'll just leave." And then she's all, "You told me to leave." He goes, "But I didn't mean it." Then why say it? She says. So I wonder if he's.
Oh, Wicked! Wicked just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you,
Oh my God!
Wicked.
Thank you, Wicked.
Wow, Wicked.
Let's see. It looks like Perfectly Imperfect got one. Cynthia Amos got one. CG got one. Megapint got one. And Ruben's Watching got one. Congratulations, everybody.
Hola. So
Megapint, I wonder if you're from my neck of the woods.
yeah, I don't know. They're not gonna last. And
No, they need to set each other free.
the end. Are we good with them?
Yes.
Yes, that was painful. There were two. That one,
Well,
and
and like his poor mom, like, you know, like she's like, I feel bad about like fighting in front of his mom. And you could see his mom, like she's like all like up on the TV, like trying to watch like Murder She Wrote, like Cairo edition. And she, you know, you could tell like the mom's kind of miserable. Like when the uncle calls and she's like, uncle, you know, I feel bad for the mom because it looked like she really liked her. And like, it's been like a rough 4 hours since she's landed and shot every scene.
It's been very difficult.
I like his mom and I feel bad. So there's that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want Osama and Debbie or Jen and Rishi?
Oh, let's do Jenna Rishi.
I love her. She's had a great, like, she started off so rough in the series and now she seems.
I sure did. But listen, all you fuckers love me now. Hello, how are you? I told you I grow on you, huh? Like Ivy. Okay, taking over.
So they want to find a quiet place to talk and discuss, you know, the wife training situation and how that went. And she's concerned that Jen is concerned that Rishi isn't open to compromise because he really wants her to live in the house with his whole family and have what do they call it? A community, a joint living situation.
Listen, that's a little too mumbo jumbo for my liking. Okay. Thank you, Wendy H, so much for that one. Hello, hey girl, my #1 fan. That does it for you, sweetheart. Here I am. I've got a lot to say on this episode. So you were saying, Maria?
Yeah, like Jen is just concerned that Rishi has some unrealistic expectations that he is bringing up now that she knew nothing about, living with his mom, having her be, you know, a proper Indian wife.
Listen, I'm glad I passed the training. I got a 5.6 on my OWLs. Okay. I'm ready for Starfleet Academy, but like, you know, at the end of the day, Rishi, I'm not going to want to have to live in this joint household with you. Okay. And that's that. So, you know, I've already compromised. I left Tulsa. I left a good time, my cattle, and my friends who also talk like this. And, you know, you have to compromise some too.
Exactly.
I think it's really fair.
Yeah, she wants to know, is this a deal breaker if I don't want to live like this? And, you know, here's Rishi's fairy tale moment for me, because he's like, you know, this would be my first choice, that we all live together and that everybody's happy. Come on. Fairy tales. But he is willing. What did he say? He said it was kind of nice what he said. He said, you moved here for me and I can do this for you. And, you know, I guess she's concerned, like, what if your family doesn't want this, right? What if they say, no, you can't marry her?
I have 14 master's degrees. I didn't gain a master's degree in Reikiism and a master's degree and being Jen. All for to sit here with nothing, and to live in a joint apartment, Rishi.
And be made
You know,
Kim.
Yeah, to
I'm
be a
Jen.
maid.
I'm Tulsa Jen. So, I can fly a kite off your ceiling once a year, but that's all you're going to get out of me, mister.
Yeah.
So.
And Rishi said that, he'll do this for her and that he will stick up to his family. He will say, he said love is hard to find and finding Jen was even harder. So I was like,
I'm a diamond in the rough, baby.
Dang.
So there's that.
And
Diamond in the rough.
Jen is skeptical, understandably so, but Rishi says, I will make my words action. And I was like, yes, this is what we want to hear. I thought you had something to say, Addie. You're making a great face there. You went.
This whole thing, all the segments with them, I was in tune to the whole thing, and he got me at the end.
Yes.
He got me
I rushed that part. We'll get there. Yeah. But here he's saying that he will make his words action, and we're good to hear that. And then she goes off to the immigration lawyer.
Oh, I got this. So listen. It's day 24. I'm here in Jaipur. Okay. I've got this 4-month tourist visa that I have to go check in on because it's Lunarian. And since I've joined Starfleet, I don't know how many more re-entries I have on it. So I can come and go whatever I want as long as my Betazoid side of it takes care of it. So, but my 4-month travel visa, that's 48 years long, is about to expire. So she heads on down to the immigration office where, okay, she tells immigration, listen, I have this 4-month-old visa. They're like, what, girl? But I have to leave in 30 days. And it kind of sounded something similar to what Jenny said, something, right?
Yeah, like periodically you had to leave the country. So because it's not a residence visa, it's a visitor's visa or a tourist visa. So you need to leave the country periodically. So she thought she had to leave every 30 days for this 4-month one, and that she had multiple entries, not just a single entry visa.
Like the like, oh, hibbity bibbity, oh no, like this is single visit. Once you leave,
see, it says right here.
You.
Poor thing, I felt so bad. I would have missed
Get
it.
out.
Yeah, because once you leave in 30 days, you need to reapply. You can't come back. You have to reapply.
They were like, look at this foolish American girl. Like,
he was not. I mean, she appreciated his bluntness, but he was rude.
Yes, I did not appreciate that at all. Don't you be mean to her.
He's like, it's written on the visa that it's a single entry 30-day visa. She didn't have a clue. I feel this is a crazy American behavior. She doesn't know when she's getting married. Crazy. Because that's another caveat, right? They said, well, when are you getting married? She's like, well, he doesn't even want to tell his parents until the summer. And
again, it's so good to give him till the summer, or did she always know it was a month visa? Rishi, sure. You know what? I'll give you to the summer. You decide then. You go ahead. You take your time.
I think in her mind, she always thought, they weren't going to get married right away, right? They needed to actually reintroduce themselves to each other. So I don't think I don't know. I think she was okay with that. I really do. I really think that she said she feels like an idiot that she didn't know this was a 30-day visa. I'm like, how do you not know? How? Like, what? I'm like, is it written different in English than it is in Indian? I'm like,
wow. No, see right here, it just says single. Just it's like it says single written out, not like And where did she get the 4 months from? Like
the only thing I can think of is that she had a 30-day visa, but she needed to use it within the next 4 months. You can leave May, June, July, or August. One of those months, you need to get to India. You can be there for 30 days, then get out in 30 days.
You know, my Vulcan visa lets me go whenever I want. Single trips, multiple trips, whenever. Like, this is crazy. Go back and hang out with Sarek. I'll be on Love 90 Day Fiancé Vulcan edition. Big Spock.
But I thought it was interesting because she asked a follow-on question when he said, you know, if you were getting married soon, then I could maybe do something for you. She's like, well, what do you mean by soon? Like, and they're like, well, you know, 15 to 20 days, then maybe we could figure out a way to make this work. But you don't even have anything. So sorry, go back to the America.
And she's like, no, that's too soon. A month's not good, you know, enough. I don't know. And then I just feel like she wants out. And then she's saying, like, you know what? Maybe this is God telling me that this is not the relationship for me. And also notice that when she tells him, she never brings up the marriage option right away. She just says,
I'm hoping they're saving that for next week.
She just says they advised me that, like, my only recourse is to leave the country. You know, she doesn't say, or, you know, we can get married quickly.
Well, maybe she's thinking he's not going to accept that anyway because she knows that it's not what he.
I don't think she wants it, which she said she doesn't want it. So, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
she did. Said 30 days was not. It was too soon for her.
I think she's worried that he's never going to pick her over the family about this living situation, and that now she just wants to go home, and her friends are right, but she doesn't want to say it, so she's going to blame it on that. Listen, I'm not stupid.
I don't know.
I do like Jen. She's entertaining. Hi, Jen. I'm just saying, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she definitely has mixed feelings because she doesn't want it. I don't think she wants to give him that out, like you're saying, just yet, because she is scared that they are not ready. Because we can't even get
That's
Rishi
the
to tell
right.
his
If
parents.
you're scared that you're not ready for marriage, that's a good thing. That means you're not ready.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
I think she might feel differently if Rishi had already told his mom, you know, that this is his fiance. You know,
Well,
but
yeah,
it's like,
and also on her mind is probably the fact that, like, they're going to want grandbabies, and, like, you know what, she's 42, or, you know,
she's 46.
oh, okay, well, I mean, I don't want to say time's up, but
It's going to be hard, not impossible at 46. Pretty difficult though.
you know, so there's that. Maybe she just doesn't want it, which, you know, I don't see it. You know, look what we learned from Jenny and Sumit, and you know, it's been happening. Sumit's family has known Jenny for what, 10 years now, and they still hate her fucking guts. Like, they still hate.
I mean, that is a
they
much
still
bigger
hate
age
Jenny.
gap though. It's much bigger age gap.
It
It's
is,
startling.
but you know, I think if the option with Jenny is if she could have had kids at some point with Sumit, maybe it was like a 15-year age gap, like, you know, because they met, he was like 28 and she was already what, too old.
No, he was younger than that when they met.
How old was Sumit when they met?
I swear he was like 24.
Oh, and she
he
was already like 54 or
Yes.
52 or something like that.
Yes.
So yeah, it was already time's up for Jenny.
Yeah.
But if it was like, you know, if she was like 40, maybe if she was 38 or, you know, 30, the parents might have been like, okay, not so bad.
Yeah, we don't know if Jen might have some eggs in there. We'll have to see.
Still, right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was 25 when they first met.
25. Yeah, it was way young. 25 and 50, whatever she is, was too young.
She is currently, what is she? Currently 63?
So she would have been 50.
November was her 63rd birthday.
Like she was like getting ARP catalogs.
Oh, that was in 22. Yeah, that was right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's like 30 years between them. Yeah, it's huge. So then, you know, Jen's got to tell Rishi. So they find another quiet place, or the opposite of a quiet place, a really, really loud place with endless horn honking. Every 5 seconds.
I have something serious to talk to you about, Rishi. Like, I have to break your heart. And let's bring her right here, like in this beautiful intersection, in the middle of this beautiful grand intersection. Rishi.
While you're drinking your hot milk, let me tell you this terrible news. Oh my gosh. I have to leave in 6 days. I'm an idiot and didn't read my visa correctly. Rishi, man, he looked so upset.
He did.
That's yes. Like I said, I told them seeing men cry gets to me.
But I believed every minute of that. Like that was
Yes.
to me.
Yes.
He didn't want to say, I don't want to lose you. And this is where he says it's really hard to find love and really hard to find you. You know, and he's really concerned. Like if there's a backlog on these visas, do we have to wait another 2 years? Can we do it? You know, Jen's like, we almost didn't make it to this one. This was too hard.
And she looks like she's ready to walk away. She's like, look, they might, with the COVID and everything going on, we don't know how long it's going to take to get this next one going. And that could only be, I guess, for another month or something, I'm guessing, right? And that could be another years from now. So she's like, listen, not getting any younger here. I don't think she wants to go back. I think she's done. I think.
She definitely is going to go back. I think she's going back. I think she loves him. He hasn't done anything horrible. Yeah, he's not doing a great job of, telling his family, but, he needs to grow a pair. And I think he's about to grow a pair for the next episode. So
I don't know. Like if I knew she was leaving in 6 days, like why would I upset my family? And like when she's already telling me like I don't know if I'm coming back,
he does.
I wouldn't be in a big rush to tell my family.
He's about to. I think he wants to figure out a way. Like he wants to let them. I think he's feeling this extra. Suddenly, a fire has been lit underneath that man.
Yeah, in a grandiose way to maybe like she'll marry him right away and she'll stay and not leave. That's the only thing playing out in my head.
Maybe, or a gesture so that she doesn't just give up. I mean, there's like a 30 million different ways to look at it, I suppose. Maybe they could meet somewhere else and get married somewhere else. I don't know. But either way, it does, in the clips from the next show, it looks like he does tell his parents, and he says she's 48, but she's 46. So I don't know why he said that. How'd you make older?
Oof. All right, we'll see. Okay, so
I got out. This is how bad I got into my feels on that. I'm like, the talk between them is I said the talk between them about her having to leave got me in the feels. And then I'm all, oh my gosh, his tears. This is me typing while I'm watching it.
Also, he looked very handsome crying.
I was dying. I ended up like, the two of them are so cute together. That was all me going tick 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 while I was going. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like them together. I do. I just feel like she's over it. No. I just feel like she's too connected. Like he's never gonna pick the family, and she's right to think so. Like I don't know. I would be hesitant. You're already giving up a lot. I wouldn't want to live in a joint house. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
No.
Not a joint house where you're expected to wait on everybody because you're the new bride.
Yeah, like I'd rather just, hey, listen, you tried it, didn't take, and you have something to tell, you have a story to tell, and that's it.
And I think he will grant that for her. I felt like he was sincere when he said he would, when she said she didn't want that. So hopefully he holds to that.
Yeah. He's got to do something, man. And like their social media, listen, I realize that some of them fake it for social media while the show is on, but they say nice things to each other in their comments. So it looks like they are still very much into each other.
Well, that's wonderful. And they do. I do. I like them.
Me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So are we due to the final countdown, the grand finale?
Final countdown.
Are we there?
Would you like to open the chat?
Yeah. All right. We'll open up for Debs.
Oh, let's see how that poll finished out.
Oh, I forgot the poll. Wait a second. Here, let me close out the poll.
There we go. It was closer than you think.
Was I still right?
I mean, most people did agree with you, but it's a very small margin.
That's all that matters. Really. I will take it. A win is a win is a win is a win. There you go. All right, so Osama. I feel like we need like a graphic for them.
Of what?
Osama and Debbie gonna talk about them because they're crazy. Osama and Debbie.
Beautiful.
She calls on Aslan from Narnia. Like something, I don't know, like that.
Addie, are you struggling to open it up? It doesn't look like you opened it up.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
No, not that.
Usually you're able to do it faster.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay. Just keep talking. No.
Okay. They're in the car. Debbie and Osama are in the car. They're heading to
Robot.
Rabat, which is the capital of Morocco. They have plans to stay for a couple of days before going and visiting his parents. And Debbie is full of wide-eyed optimism. The world's full of magic and rainbows. She's so excited.
And unicorns and smiles.
Her strange love. It's
She
so
feels
wonderful.
like she's 15 again.
She has beautiful skin. I just want to say, beautiful skin.
That I do agree with. And I was kind of impressed by the Princess Mumu.
So she finds out what I love it. And then she finds out that, like, you know, in the backseat of the car, we find out that, you know, being there, that Osama wants her to be like a half Moroccan wife. No big deal. Listen, I'm not
Easy.
half. I'll meet you halfway there. Just like do half the things that you're supposed to do. Like, you know, i.e., cook for me, clean my underwear, make my bed, buy me like Xboxes, my paint for my art, drive me around. And that's it.
Yeah. His mom will teach her.
Right. Wife training again.
Yep. Wife training. And we'll just see if you have the patience to do this stuff, which I thought was
That's
funny.
his Secreto. He's like, Secreto, hey bitch. I got a couple. Osama's got a couple of Secretos for Debbie on this episode. First, it's the wife training, and then big, it's that, you know, she gets the foot.
Yeah, she gets the foot all right.
Not even the boot, the foot, because it's raw. You know, and bony. So, all right. So, anything else about the car?
Well, you know, he's saying that he says that Moroccan women work really hard. She's like, I work really hard too. But you know, she's like, but you know, sometimes we can order takeout and have wine, right? And he's
Not
like,
in the house.
No wine.
He's got to go out behind the barn.
Debbie's like, how about a little sneak? Like, you know, that's a great way to start. Reminded me of Memphis sneaking Hamza in to, you know, her room the first night. Sneaking always works out well for
Sure
these people.
did.
And Debbie being 67, come on, Debbie. Like, shame. How about we sneak it into your parents? She must have really been feeling 15, like she was saying.
Yeah.
She's like, let's sneak it in. We'll get a fake ID and everything.
But that would be a lie. We can't do that. That would be a lie.
We'll put a sock hop together and get chocolate malts with a cheeseburger. Yeah.
Yes.
And an eggshell, egg cream. That's it.
Ooh. But we can't lie to mom and dad. We can't do it. And most importantly, drinking in Islam is like inviting. It's like making the angels leave your home and inviting in the devil. And you don't want to do that in your house. So if you want to drink, you got to go drink elsewhere, outside. Out with the
Like,
goats.
does that even like include like a hotel room if you're because it's not your home technically. So could you
Yeah, you
drink?
can drink in a hotel room. Sure.
I don't know. Can we ask Debbie that? Because I didn't see her drinking anything there. What do you think of okay, so they get to the hotel room, right? What do you guys think of like their little courtyard house? I thought it was cute.
I thought it was cute, especially the rooms.
It
The
was
way it was all-
awesome. What do they call it? The House of Flowers at Riyadh. It was gorgeous.
I love a jungle house.
And it was nice. Like they all had like their little sleeping quarter, but they were like in the same. It wasn't like a hotel that they had to get two separate rooms, right? Like as I took it, like that whole floor was theirs, right? They had like the little like table in like the middle of the.
Maybe it was weird because it was like a little suite with several little rooms off of it. But yeah, I was curious if there were going to be other people in there too. I don't
It
know.
was like big.
Yeah.
So then we get to like the guts of it. So Miss Debbie, before they get to this suite, she has to put on like her Aslan necklace and summon the power of Narnia. Like she like I was like, oh, Cody's like she pulled in the big guns. I said this bitch is fucking with Aslan right now. She was like, she goes, I'm gonna need this guy. Did you see in one scene she had like turquoise on every finger? It looked like she robbed like a Native American casino.
I saw she had rings on every finger. I didn't realize they were turquoise.
Right, Cody?
Yeah.
Her turquoise, like she had a big old turquoise ring on every. She likes her jewelry. She comes packing, but she had to come see Cynthia. She knows what I'm talking about. She had turquoise everywhere. Like I didn't know if I should call her Pocahontas at that point because she was like a Native American queen that she had that much turquoise on her. Anywho,
In case she had to fight.
well, I would think probably have to have a spear in her hand or something like that.
I mean, she was giving me Romancing the Stone, Jewel of the Nile vibes this entire episode, and
Yes,
that Moroccan
like-
hotel too.
If Joan Wilder like never left Cartagena,
Yes,
right?
living her best life
Yeah,
with her
well,
beautiful
I
flowy
wouldn't- I
gowns.
wouldn't say
Yes.
best life.
I said,
Right.
that's where the Princess Moo came in.
Like
Just for a
Joan
night.
Wilder, like she lost everything. She's just broken Cartagena.
She's
and
got her
she's-
jewels though.
She's just held on to her trinkets. She people respect her because she's Joan Wilder, and that's pretty much it. But she's got nothing left. It's just her. And then then it's also Lucy Pevensey from Narnia. And that's what she's been up to since you've seen her last from the Dawn Trader. It's just her. Listen, I may not be a high queen of Narnia here, but in my past fucking life, I ran some shit. And that's also the vibe I get
I think
from
she's
her.
still the queen to me. She's definitely the queen.
Like she could probably like still get into Narnia somehow, but like it's gonna be like a dire situation. And that's why she probably wore Aslan because she was ready to go. She was probably want to get transported. And just be with her people again because that he was a little bit too much for her. But listen, even Aslan, he doesn't work sometimes, which we've learned the hard way tonight. The White Witch couldn't beat him.
Yeah.
The people in Prince Caspian couldn't beat him, but Aslan fell tonight to Osama.
Yeah, he was a little bit
Bad.
bad is a good word. He was a little not rude. Well, maybe a little rude. I don't know. There was just something like snarky and matter of fact. I don't know. For being such a whimsical, poetic,
Right, he's a bard. He's a poet, a bard, a writer, a painter, a candlestick maker.
You would think he would enjoy romance and living in a fantasy land, and he seems to want to squash that immediately.
I'm sure he's part Narnian.
Arrogant, yes, perfectly imperfect. Yeah, he was very arrogant for what he is. I don't want to be mean, but he's unemployed and he's an unusual cat, and he's not typically handsome.
He's
I don't
got
know.
a great smile.
Yeah, in his own special way.
He could see everything at all times.
Yeah, he's not classically good
Okay, so if
looking.
I had to like, listen, if I had to like compare him to like a Harry Potter character, I would like say Mad Eye.
Maybe Mad Eye.
Without the loyalty or pride or honor or bravery or intelligence.
I'd give him more of a filch.
With Mad Eyes.
Contraption.
Yes, because
Mad Eye's Mad Eye.
Listen, that's her Brad Pitt. And
you know who he really is? It's Professor Trelawney. I can't say her name.
Oh, how dare you say Trelawney? How dare you?
And she has the biggest gogs, her big eyeballs.
Oh, what's her? Oh, you're calling Debbie Trelawney?
No, but either one. No, Debbie's more of a Luna.
Debbie's like Luna. Luna's like great grandmother, like
yes.
Xena Philippoulos, Lovegood, from Ravenclaw, who also knew the ghost.
Sure.
Rowena. Yes. So
used to date old Peeves. I don't know.
exactly.
What was the time frame that
Horcrux is buried?
What was the time frame that he gave her? I tried really hard to like calculate when he was trying to say. He said she had 2 months to be with his mother, right?
Okay,
and
so
then after that, she had to leave in a month.
No, so he's saying because she wants to know how long are we going to stay in, with your parents, and he's like, yeah. So she, he's like, for any amount of time, a month or two, and then after that, you're going to want to go back to America for your business and your house and your family and
never
stuff.
Come
obviously, like obviously, because she was like, okay, what about an apartment? He's like, well, apartments are going to be expensive, so you'll just stay here with us for however long, a month, a week. 2 months. Seems like 2 months was the end of it.
But isn't that like the right thing that you should do? Not that listen, let's try living together because look how well it's worked for every couple. Like, let's see how Nicole and friggin' Mahmoud right now.
Oh.
Like Nicole and Azan, them too. That works too. I mean, Laura and Aladdin and
everybody
and Memphis. I mean, has it worked with anybody?
They're making it hard on themselves for sure. Listen, he said it over and over again. Like, you need to live in reality. This is the reality. This is the way we should do this thing because we don't really know each other. And she's like, listen, if you had told me that to begin with, sure, but you didn't tell me that.
So and didn't he? Like, wasn't that wouldn't you want to marry someone that you gave it a trial run with? Like, I mean, I couldn't really argue with his like thinking right there, even though like he should have told her that.
No, he should have told her, and his logic is sound, but he said he didn't tell her because then he didn't think she would come. She would have come still.
Cody,
but she wouldn't have.
Mayo. I don't.
She wouldn't have packed up her whole life, though. You know what I mean? She wouldn't have taken so much luggage.
She took everything 5 luggages would carry, and then
I mean, like
she's got the rest.
She should know better. Like, come on, like. I mean, did she really think that she was going to go there and in 5 days want to marry like a complete stranger? Yeah, it's been 3 years, but he's like, yeah, 3 years on social media. Like, I mean, it's not the same as being with somebody every day.
The same. And again, if he's condescending in the way that he's approaching this topic with her, and it's new information. She thought they were just gonna, I'm gonna go live my retirement with my young man, fanning me as he feeds me bonbons because I deserve this.
No, bitch, you go. I'm putting your ass to work. You will cook. You will clean.
You will milk some cows.
Yeah, you're gonna get them seats. You're gonna go to town. Like, And she's like, I'm 67. I already, and so but come on. Did we really see it working out?
Oh, no. But I don't think I expected him to be this right from jump, And she's just like, I do not know this Osama. I would not have come here for this dude. I moved mountains to be here. And
okay, well, move your ass back to Georgia. Listen, you're only there one day at this point. You found out. Listen, you got there. You found out. Better you find out now on the first night than wait 6 months or however long to see what his plan really is.
Yeah, but also what he's saying is true, though, right? They should see if it works.
They
it's
should.
More this...
Yes. There's nothing wrong with what he's saying.
No.
He didn't say it to her. She's got money in the bank, right? She's got assets and shit. And he's saying, no, I don't want to marry you right away. I want to see if there's anything real here before this continues.
Yes.
And at the same time, knowing that this is a very popular TV show, and he's a poet, and he draws nice shit. The paintings that they show.
So does she.
Yeah, they were actually impressive. So he actually does have some
good.
talent. So maybe he sees this as a way to get his name out there, sell some shit, get a better life while using her. And he's saying, well, I really don't want to use you. Yeah, stay with us 2 months, a month or two. As long as you can fucking take it. And then when you're over it, you go home. And then listen, if it's, if Romeo and Juliet will get married, we know this isn't going to happen. You're not going to want to cook. You can barely bend over. You have to have the beads on the back of your car when you're driving because you have your bad back. You usually can't stay up past Wheel of Fortune, stuff like that. You want to eat at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know. And, I'm still in college and I have gym every day. And, I don't get mad when Sister Roberta calls the numbers over at St. Pat's at night, so, and she got mad. Then he told her, listen, this is what's up. And she's it was when she goes to St. Pat's to play bingo and Sister Roberta's pulling the numbers, and she hates when she pulls the numbers because, it's just not a good speed. And she's like, how do you expect me to sit here and take it? Well, sucks for you, but I think he did you a solid and told you sooner than later.
No, I agree. I actually enjoyed the way she scolded him because she didn't really raise her voice, but she said a lot of
a grandmother would.
I don't know. Mine probably would have screamed.
Give her a Werther's Original, out of her pocket. Here you go, sweetheart. Even though I'm mad, suck on this a little.
No, but she said some very pointed things to him. It wasn't the things she said were not nice. The audacity. You're a liar. You've taken away my confidence in you. A man's word is supposed to mean something. So she attacked his integrity.
Yeah, back
several
in
times.
The 1930s when she was dating Les, abso-fucking-lutely. When Bing Crosby and Humphrey Bogart were the big movie stars at the time, sure. Yeah, absolutely. In America, mind you. Not in Morocco.
Yeah. Because women are silly things and it's fine to lie to them because you know better.
Mm-hmm.
Boo!
I feel bad for her, but you come on, girl. You are 67 years old.
I hope she squeezes the marrow out of the next however long she stays. I hope she
Why
really.
Should she say she should just? You already lost.
You're
money.
You're gonna leave Morocco? No.
Well, she gets on something later because we saw him.
Yeah, she's on a camel or something.
I saw a camel, I think.
Was she really on a camel?
Yeah.
I think so.
Later on, she's on a donkey. That's the one they always showed before, but now it's a camel.
I saw. That's what the dress was like. I do like the way she exited the room when she went and closed the door, because all of her grandness, the Princess Moo just flowed around her and she walked right out.
I mean, like she like
She's
just wants to like watch her Matlock and like go to bed. I you know, have her matinee. You know,
I don't think
Yeah,
that's what
she's
she
like-
wants, man. She wants to have some fun with a
oh,
young
you think she
man.
wants to clean a house and
Oh,
clean
she don't want to do that.
and do all that?
No,
And-
she wants to you know, do some reverse cowgirl. That's what she wants to do.
God, this woman. All right, good for her.
She did get on two animals. Yes, there was a camel. We're going to see a camel and her on a donkey. I'm excited about both of those things. That
But
to me
this wasn't
means
the first time they met. Was it the first time they met?
no. They met before.
Yeah. So like, you know, he was saying like, you know, 3 years online, but they did meet before. So they had like that little buffer zone where they actually did meet. Even though like, you know, you're still like literally 3 times older than he is. And like,
But
You're
he
like-
proposed to her at that point. Like, you know, He was
oh,
caught up in the moment, I guess. The magic of Debbie. She's pretty magical.
it must have been like when like Elizabeth Taylor got proposed to by, I don't know, who was her first husband? Or
The
third.
first one? I don't know. There were
Like that
many.
same feeling.
There was that one with the long hair. That's the one that I remember.
My favorite thing that he said was, "I love her because she's crazy, but I'm crazy too." so, oh, whoa.
You know, her
I would-
kids trying to talk her out of it. Like, you know, I do feel bad for her, but like, come on.
Yes, Larry
know.
Fortensky. That was Larry Fortensky.
Oh, Larry Portensky, good on that one, Patricia would have seen. So yeah. What else? Anything with them that were, because they were like the most controversial.
That was it. Just a bit of butting of heads, if you will.
But listen, seems like she's gonna work it out and ride a camel with them next week. Can't wait to see that.
I did like in her confessional thing, she says that she's using tremendous amount of restraint not to wring his neck.
And good
was.
for her that like her osteoporosis at this level will allow her to still do that. So good going.
I just
Yeah.
God, that is the limit. Talking about osteoporosis.
He should have stated all this before she went there. I do
Yes,
agree.
I agree.
yes.
This is the way it should be. Remember that he stated he didn't want to marry anyone at this point in his life or career. Yeah, tell her that. Don't waste her time, because she would. I still think she would have come and had a great time.
I would have, yeah, if she wanted to go for 2 months and see if they could live, because that's honest. Let's see if we can live together for 2 months before we
Yeah.
decide to marry each other for the rest of their lives. I mean, like, that's not crazy. Like, how long do people usually like date before they get married? Like, I was with Cody for 3 years, and we only got married because
Wait, before we got engaged or before we got married? Which one?
we were together for 3 years before we got. But we were together for 3 weeks when he moved in with me because he just couldn't keep his hands off all this. Sorry. So we were never mind. Huh?
Same.
Exactly. How do you do? Okay, good. All tied. So but yeah, seriously, where are we?
No, I mean, we're done. We're done, basically.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So it's kind of early. All right.
I know. I feel like we missed a whole couple, but I don't
I
think
know.
we did.
I know.
Well,
We
It
know
was
what
a
it
good
was. We
episode.
started actually on time, which I think might have been it, because usually like we're like a good 15 minutes behind time. So it's like,
True.
whoa, watch out.
Could be.
So we're gonna do a quick after show. Oh, I also have like for Thursday, we're gonna do Yates U. I'm going to post the what the criteria, which are just amazing. You'll be so blown away. on my community tab. I'll put them on my story on IG. That's for Thursday night for Sister Wives, which is season 2, episodes 10 and 11. I think it's the end of season 2. And then there's that contest. And Wednesday night will be New Jersey. I don't know for tomorrow night what we're gonna do. I know that the Seeking Brother Husband show is gonna start on the 26th, the day before my birthday. Yeah, so we'll probably put that on Tuesday nights. And God speed to all of us and get through that one together. So after show, I'll do it for all the members because as I know there's a lot that were gifted. So I'll see you guys at 11 o'clock. So like pretty much 15 minutes from now, 20 minutes. Who am I getting? I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye.
Bye.